Three, two, one, and we are live. Dan with Mad Nasty Trapping coming back at you again. How's everybody doing tonight? I know it's a late night. I'm just coming on here with a real quick live stream just to say hi, everybody, and to crack a black label with y'all. So, I don't know if anybody's going to jump in the room, but I'll give it a few seconds here. Little brief end of the week wrap up. What's up, Dunphy? How you doing? Walter in the house. Holy moly, Tom's in the house. Now people are starting to jump up in here. How's everybody doing tonight? It is late night. Michael's up in the house. It's late night with Dan with Mad Nasty Trapping. Coming at you again, another short live stream. Brief overview on the week. Brief overview on the week that has just passed. What's up, George? How you doing, man? You should be getting some goddamn rest. You got to work or something, don't you? Mark's in the house. Holy crap, everybody's up in here. I'm about to fall asleep. I'm tireder than shit. I got to work tomorrow. But here's what's going on. Brief overview on the week. Working this past week has been absolutely crazy. Been a little bit busy. I did go and do a little bit of video editing. I got a couple new videos about ready to post to YouTube channel Mad Nasty Trapping. I just kind of been letting the last videos settle in. I did Trump rally. That was about a week and I think it was about 2 weeks ago now. I did the Trump rally live, and I also did a 13 video series on the YouTube channel Mad Nasty Trapping entitled Know the Animals You Trap, in which I go into a complete detail, or a somewhat complete detail on each individual species that are the most commonly trapped amongst the North America. Okay, so those videos are up there on YouTube channel Mad Nasty Trapping, and I closed out the week on what's up, Marsha? How you doing? You're a new name. I don't recognize you. Welcome to the room. I wrapped up the week on Friday evening. Brandon Burnham showed up. He spent the weekend with Mad Nasty Trapper right here live from the fur shed. That was a good time. What a really, really good guy. We had a great time over this weekend. And, we ended up going, and he's from Ohio, and I'm here locally in Michigan. And I gave him a little bit of taste of what the local area where I live is all about, and a little bit of Michigan. So he really had a good time. And we hit up the touristy attractions known as Cabela's, Bass Pro, Field and Stream. We ran the whole lineup of all the sporting goods stores. Tour day outdoors is what we called it. It was cool. Oh, shit. Michael Patterson in the house. What's up, brother? It's been a while. Brandon Burnham was here in Michigan. We did a tour of all the different sporting goods stores, and I showed him my old hometown where I was raised up, and he got a better grasp, I believe, of what makes up the Mad Nasty Trapper, and he got a good grasp upon what is pure Michigan. He should be coming back. I'm hoping next weekend he makes a drive back from Ohio back up here so I can show him some more Michigan hospitality, and we can get him out there. And I'd like to get him out in the woods, show him areas that are state land properties in which he can go and trap, hunt, and, show him a little bit of Michigan woods, and, let him get a grasp on the differences between Ohio state land and Ohio property versus Michigan property. Because there are a lot of differences, and there are a very big abundance of trappable animals here because nobody really traps in this part of southern Michigan. It's pretty beautiful, man. And he really enjoyed coming up here, and I think even next week, once we hit the woods and we start trucking through the swamps, I think he will enjoy it even more. And he's talking about possibly coming up here and making this his hometown. Moving from Ohio to Michigan is still a discussion that's in the works. It's pretty cool. And I hope it works out that way because he's a hell of a guy. I'll always have him over at my place. And, open door policy here to him. Brandon Burnham, it was a pleasure having you over this weekend. Are there piggies over here? Michigan is known for obese women. And no, Roseanne is not from Michigan to the best of my knowledge. But as far as hogs and feral hogs and Russian boar, no. There's, I guess, a select few. But the DNR basically said, hey, wipe them clean. We don't want hog in this fucking area. So no, Michigan is not native to having hogs or Russian boars. They are not around here unless they are escapees from local farms, in which around my state land area here, there is none. So I wish there was. I wish there was a small population, but I understand having a boar population whatsoever is bad because they repopulate so quick that it gets out of control and they're really destructive towards land. So I guess in one way it's really good that there are no known hog, unless they are farm escapees here in Michigan at all whatsoever. But on the downside, I would like to go on a whack and stack maybe one a year. I'd like to see them come in. Personally, I'd like to see them come in, even though it's not the wisest thing in the world. I'd like to see them come in, but come in and be minimized by hunters and trappers to a manageable level that's not destructive to the property. Though, even though I don't know if that's even a possibility. No wildlife biologist, guys. So, hey, that's the way it is. But there's your question answered, Zach, as far as if there are hog or pig here in Michigan. There's a lot of fat bitches, though. A whole bunch of them. If you want to fucking find them, go to the local Walmart. Whoa. Y'all ever had Mountain Dew Black Label? Brother, it tastes like shit, but it's like friggin' drinking gasoline. Fuck my boy. Ugh. Goddamn awful. Fuck. Whoever came up with this shit. Thank you for coming up with the most god-awful tasting shit on earth. But it says Mountain Dew, so therefore I will still drink it. Oh, it's like drinking 93 octane fucking BP gasoline. The shittiest of shit. So, Brandon Burnham was up here. I gave him the tour of all the sporting goods stores. It was a good time. It was a good time, and I hope he comes back next weekend. That's kind of the discussion at this point. And that boy's looking for a job here in Michigan. So if he can hook up Brandon Burnham with a job in Michigan, boy, he'd appreciate it. Anyway, Zach says a comment here. I will go to Walmart in my Speedo. You will have every fat bitch in the world all over your banana. Especially in the goddamn fruit aisle. You fucking fruit. Anyways, Zach, you weird nutbag motherfucking fat bitch chasing son of a bitch. You're alright in my book. Hey. So, that's kind of how it is, how it was, and how it will be, motherfucker. Now, coming up. God, I'm in the first shit. I fucking itch. God damn it. I just skinned down a fucking coon last night that I got off one of my... God, fuck. I got a coon yesterday afternoon on a nuisance trapping job. Piece of private property parcel inside of a fucking garage. I had to minimize a coon population inside of a pole barn on a piece of private property parcel that was doing damage to the property. So I took a coon out of there. I had a chance to go and skin it down. No, it's not fleas. For whatever reason, I think I have an allergy to fucking coon fur. Every time I go and skin a coon, I get fucking itchy, dude. Fuck that, though. I'm not stopping trapping just because I get fucking itchy. It does fucking suck, though. I can tell you that shit. But yeah. So I did a nuisance trapping job. I think I got the goddamn coon, the only one, I hope, that is in this storage facility, 20-foot by 30-foot storage pole barn. So, now my phone's ringing off the hook with some other dude but I got private property land access too. But he's got all kinds of nuisance critters that are just tearing his shit to hell. He's got freaking groundhogs burrowing underneath his garage. He's got freaking, he's got aggressive coons that are coming after his wife. He's got, just a plethora of freaking abundance of wildlife on his property, but they're getting too used to humans, and they're causing too much of a destruction. He's aware that, being that you live in the wild and you're surrounded by woods, and you own a nice parcel of property, he has a certain interaction with wildlife. But when the interaction with wildlife is becoming too tame or too aggressive, it's time to go and minimize the ones with the bad attitudes. So he calls upon this guy, and I got to go out there, have a face-to-face conference with him to really get a grasp on what is destroying his property and causing a nuisance. I'm going to walk around his property with him, point out the entrances and exits in which these critters are coming in and out of his pole barns and his garages and stuff, and kind of go and suggest that he, after I eliminate the problem, we seal up those holes, and I'm about my way until next trapping season. Baby. So that's a lot of stuff going on. It's a lot of stuff going on. And, the other people that I've made happy by getting nuisance animals out of their garages and out of their pole barns, and from destroying underneath their foundations of their porches and burrowing underneath their driveways and causing hell havoc. The people that I've made happy have been referring me like I'm some kind of trap god. So I just do personal favors. I don't collect cash or nothing on the deal, but I'm just doing personal favors to help people out. In also doing so, making these people happy, that I'm doing them a favor by taking care of their nuisance issues and advising them on how to go and prevent it from happening again. It opens a wide door open policy to access to private property in which I can hunt and trap. That's my end all goal. It's not about making money doing pest control, because I'm not that guy. It's about helping people out to take care of their problems and help them through their problems by taking the nuisance pests out of their livable home or dwelling, or within close proximity to it, help prevent damage to their property, give them a handshake, a thank you, a phone number, and a follow-up phone call before the season starts up, and an open door to access to hunt and trap on the property in which they love me coming to, doing them friendly neighbor favors. Beautiful. That's how I gain access to my private property parcels, in which I've been doing pretty goddamn good at. Thank you very much. Zach says, if it was a Bigfoot, could he trap him? LOL. I don't want to trap Brian Wall because he is Bigfoot, and that motherfucker is one angry, feisty son of a bitch. I don't want to tangle with him, especially when I got him in a fucking too small of a foothold trap. That Brian Wall, that fucking goddamn gorilla fucking looking motherfucking Sasquatch crotch motherfucker. Bigfoot is Brian Wall. Don't let anybody tell you differently. And no, I don't want to trap him because he's a good friend of mine, and that motherfucker is feisty as shit. And if he had his fucking toe caught in a fucking number 1 long spring, oh fuck. All games are off. That motherfucker's going to go crazy. And I ain't tussling with him. So I'm walking and letting that big old burly fucking hairy son of a bitch be. Motherfucker. Brian Wall, I love you. I'll give you a hug and I'll reach around you. Fuck. Anyway, you make me smile. He's a hell of a trapper, a hell of a fucking friend, and a hell of a good guy, and a fucking really down-to-earth dude. And he touts himself as the hairy-ass Sasquatch. Bigfoot. Phone battery's getting low. There's not a whole lot of people watching. It's fucking late as fuck. Ron's in the house now. What's up, Ron? I don't even know who the fuck's watching me and how many people are y'all still out there. I got like a 10% battery life on this motherfucker, so it's going to die out, and I got to make sure I save it for replay because this is some good fucking epic quality live. late at night with the Mad Nasty Trapping. Bryce in the house. What up, Bryce? Zach Lincoln says he, implying Brian Wall, would chew his leg off for a toe. The fuck does that mean? Damn it, I hate it when people confuse the shit out of me because they don't think things before they type it. Fuck. He would chew his leg off for a toe. Huh? The fuck does that even mean? Zach Lincoln. Once again, implying Brian Wall, because he is all things Sasquatch, crotch. Fucking Bigfoot, Brian Wall. Zach Lincoln says, implying Brian Wall, he would chew his leg off for a toe. The fuck? Unless you mean if his toe is in that motherfucking trap, that he would chew his fucking leg off. And that doesn't make any fucking sense. Because he would, you're implying he has filthy feet that he doesn't want to put a toe in his mouth. God damn it, Zach. Don't make me read between the lines, you fucking weird bastard. You're inside fucking scoop funny hee funny fucking ass. Son of a bitch. And then Zach comes back in and says, you were just talking about his foot, but you're talking about chewing his leg off for a toe. What, is somebody going to donate him a toe if he chews his leg off? I'm fucking confused. But I got what you meant. You had some inside fucking goddamn shit going through your head. And you didn't tell me the whole story, so I had to dig deeper, you son of a bitch. Because, fuck, Brian Wall would not put one of his smelly fucking toe funky ass, fucking boot-covered, nasty funk-ass toes in his fucking mouth. So in order to not put the toe in his fucking mouth to get his fucking toe out of a foothold trap, he'd get himself off of the knee, which is probably cleaner than his fucking grungy-ass fucking feet. I get what you're saying now, motherfucker. I tend to dig deeper, use my brain. It's late. Give me a break, ass. Anyway, Bryce Gold says, what up, Snoop Dogg? I don't know. Snoop Doggy Dogg. God damn. Puff, puff, pass, motherfucker. Marlboro. Anyway, what up, yo? Oh, shit, fuck. Chuck Powell in the house. Good dude. I like Chuck Powell. He's a regular of mine. A very, very cool guy. Anyways, Zach says, coons do it all. Getting ahead of myself. Zach Lincoln says, coons do it. You animals do that, man. That's like saying if I got my hand caught in a car door, I'd chew my arm off at the shoulder. Fuck that. That's about the dumbest shit I ever heard. God damn. What's up, Gary? Gary Calhoun in the house. Any relation to Adam Calhoun, which is a hell of a fucking hip-hop artist? Good friend of Ryan Upchurch? There's your claim to fame, dude. You're a brother from another mother, motherfucker. Gary Calhoun to Adam Calhoun to fucking friend of Ryan Upchurch. Stardom. There you go, Bo. All right. Zach Lincoln says, love you too, bro. I'll give you a hug, a reach around, and a fucking stroke, and maybe a poke, bitch, because you're a fucking shit. I love y'all fucking shits. Anyway, Zach Lincoln says, some animals. I'm not an animal, but I'm the ultimate beast, the supreme predator, motherfucker. Rawr. Anyway, Tyler Compton in the house. Shit. Oh, Perko. Damn, son. It sucks. My battery's going to die out very soon. So I'm going to be bringing this to a wrap, but I started it off saying archery talk, motherfucker. Archery league starts this week. Starts tomorrow. I ate fucking funky Taco Bell, now my ass is talking to me. It's talking shit. Anyway, archery league starts tomorrow. And I'm going to give you a quick show off of my bow here. Fuck me, I got 11%. I can roll this for another half hour. Anyways, I haven't pulled my bow out and God knows how long. I basically hunted from October till the beginning of November last year. And from October until November last year, I got a couple of days in of deer season. And then I backburnered it so I could go out and give it hell on the trapping side of things. So I really haven't been doing much as far as bow hunting goes 2017, 2018 season, but I plan on doing a whole lot more with you sons of bitches out in the woods, archery style, taking care of critters via Rage Blade. This guy will be out there filming it next season. But in the meanwhile, I've got archery league starting up tomorrow. So, pulling my bow out. I haven't fucked with it. I know it's sighted in. I've been bow hunting since I was in my teenage years. And then I've been flinging arrows since I was about 4. So, no worries. I'm going to jump up in the goddamn archery league and whack stack and raise hell and get up in the top 10 like I always am. So, that's how it is. And I'm going to see what I can do. I'm going to see if somehow I can figure out a fucking way to go and live stream the archery league as I walk the course and plug arrows and styrofoam animals. So you can stay tuned. I'm going to do my best, if it's permittable, to go ahead and do that tomorrow during prime time, right in the hour time frame of 5:30, 6 o'clock Michigan time in the evening. Still going to be daylight. I'm going to fling arrows, see if I can do a live stream on here as I walk the 3D course, shooting styrofoam critters. It's going to be the fucking bomb. William Perko says, plug the phone in and do a live side-by-side with Perko. Would love to. And I probably should plug my phone in. I don't know. I just did a live stream with Brandon Burnham last night. I mean, you guys ain't got enough. I mean, shit. You know, I can talk about whatever for her as long as I fucking need to. But damn. All right. Before I pull my bow out here, I will go grab my charger. But we'll see. I don't know. Maybe I will do a fucking side-by-side. But if you're jacking off or pissing off your porch, William Perko, you got to go and censor that because I don't want to be flagged, you fag. Anyway. Zach says, stick season. No! I seen a comment, Zach. I seen a fucking comment today, and it made a whole lot of sense. To this guy, at least. I seen a comment. I posted it. Did I post it up on my Facebook? I think I did. If I didn't, then I'll have to go find it again. But somebody posted a couple of pictures about trapping sticks and branches, in which this trapper says, I placed out a beaver trap, Conibear 330, caught a beaver, immediately reset. Following night, caught a stick. Sneaky beavers using sticks to set off traps. Smart motherfuckers. Or something along those lines. Implying that the beavers are to blame for sticking branches in the traps. I blame the fucking beavers too. And that makes a whole lot of sense. Damn it. It makes a whole lot of fucking sense. There's the fucking beavers that are fucking with me. Sticking the goddamn branches, twigs, and sticks in the fucking traps, laughing it up because there's some funny motherfucking beavers. I blame it all last season. Every branch and stick I caught on the goddamn beavers. And I'm going to raise hell with Brandon Burnham in the woods next trapping season to kick these beavers in the goddamn beaver. Yes. I'm going to kick the beavers in the beaver for sticking sticks and branches in my shit this year. Damn it, that pissed me off. Anyway, but yeah, it's probably up on my Facebook. You can see the pictures of a guy catching sticks and blaming it on the beavers. In which he's a very, very smart man. I never thought of that, but it makes a whole lot of fucking sense. Yeah, William Perkle says plug into a side-by-side. Yeah, I don't know if tonight, man. Maybe, possibly. Chuck Powell says animals can chew on their feet, but chew below the jaw of the trap because it is numb. They chew to the point at the bottom of the jaw and pull free. Coon are notorious for it. That's why it is important. See more. That is why it's important to use nothing larger than a 1.5 on them. See, I have not had any of them chew their fucking legs off or feet off or anything like that. I have not had that issue yet. But I have heard that it is fairly somewhat common. But yeah, I haven't run into that issue, fortunately, while trapping. But I hear some people have, etc. More along the lines, I think if there's a freaking critter like a coon, a possum, or some kind of small, maybe muskrat or something like that, I got a feeling that while they're restraining the trap, if a coyote or a fox or some other predatory animal or possibly a hawk comes across them, they will grab them and literally rip their arm or leg off because they can't go anywhere. They're in the trap. I did get a personal experience on that this year, walking into a trap set at night in the fucking heavy fog. And it was either, I want to say, I have it on video, but I want to say it was a coyote. I had a possum in a foothold, #1 long spring. And he was in the foothold and not 15 yards ahead of me. I was beaming on him with a spotlight and a coyote came running by, fucking grabbed him, ran off, and it literally tore the goddamn possum to shit. It had guts hanging out, arm barely hanging on, and doing the flip-flop, a bebop, a zoom, zammer all over the floor, dancing and shit with his guts hanging out because the coyote fucking tried to whack him and run off, but couldn't because the one holds like a son of a bitch. So I saw that this year, and it was really fucking entertaining, but damn gruesome and disgusting at the same time. But it just goes to show that wildlife has its own ways of doing things, and it's unexplainable. And if you see it, it's just a memory, dude. So, yeah, that's how that goes. Zach Lincoln says, if you haven't, you have to go bow fishing. I heard bow fishing's a blast. I have. I don't know how the bow fishing is here in Michigan. I don't know of anybody that bow fishes Michigan. But I know where there's a man-made pond that's got a bad problem with fucking goddamn fucking carp. Fucking big orange and white goddamn goldfish carp. Unfortunately, the pond is in the middle of a goddamn subdivision. It's a man-made pond, so that invasive species of the goddamn orange and white carp, even though I see them in big schools and shit, surrounded by rich subdivision fucking houses, and they treat them like koi. And they're an invasive species, and they trash that fucking whole pond. But you can't go in there on a fucking float boat or on a fucking small fucking inflatable boat and bow fish them. Sucks. But yeah, I would be definitely into it if somebody in Michigan knows how to go and bow fish. I'm down to fucking learn. Somebody needs to give me an instructional so I can do it and do it well like I do everything else. And I'd be down to do it. That's the shit. Bow fishing's cool. And I'll tell you what, some of the bow fishing setups and the bow fishing bows are flashy tournament looking shit. They're cool as fuck, and I would love to have a really nice one if I get some use out of it. William Prickle says, GoPro, man. I got 3 GoPros, and I really don't use them all too much unless I'm out deer hunting. Zach Lincoln says, bow fishing is almost like tits. Oh, great. I like titties, so therefore I must like bow fishing. Anyway. Oh, fuck my life. I gotta go grab my charger. I'll be back. All right, y'all. Be patient. 1 second here. Boom. Bingo. Okay. Back to the questions, man. I love it when you guys write comments, man. It keeps people entertained and going. But yeah, bow fishing is like titties, and I like titties, therefore it must be like the awesomest shit in the world. What would be the equivalent of pussy? Trapping? Deer hunt? I don't fucking know. But good point, Zach. Good point. I like that. Bow fishing is almost like tits. Yep. That's exactly it. I'm going to get into it because I like tits and I should like bow fishing. Chuck Powell says, doesn't your beard get tangled in the string? You would think so. Yeah, by all means it should. And it should just flop my head off my fucking shoulders and whip it down range. But it doesn't, motherfucker. If you're going to have a goddamn beard, you better know how to control that son of a bitch. It's not all about looking pretty. It's about controlling it. The beast within. Anyways. Zach Lincoln said, oh, hell no. What the fuck? I don't know. William Perko says, oh, God. You must be liquored again. William Perko says, my pee but going to get my bow also don't need any flag stand. Huh? Shit. Oh, fuck garbled garbage is that? Fuck. Love you, Perko, but Jesus Christ. Read your shit before you hit send. You confuse me, my friend. Zach says, weird? W-E-A-R-D, LOL. The fuck does that even fucking spell? Weird? What the fuck? It's W-E-I-R-D, I believe. I don't know, maybe I'm fucking wrong and stupid. Fuck, this night's going to shit. Anyway, I love it, and I'm not going to stop doing good videos for y'all because I make the best videos in the world. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not. YouTube channel, Mad Nancy Trapping. Hit the subscribe and the notification bell. Show me some love. Kiss my ass. Suck my cock and rub my butt. All right? Goddamn. Anyway, Chuck Powell says, LOL, no. They're carrying them in their mouth to eat or patch an area which triggers the trap. What the fuck does that even mean either? LOL, no, they are carrying them in their mouth to eat or patch an area which triggers the trap. I don't even know what the fuck that means. I'm fucking trying here. What's up, Jake? Zach says, I gotta go to sleep. I gotta be at work in the morning. See you later, Zach. Dude, you're the shit. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for all the comments, keeping us rolling in the comments section, dude. You're awesome. Have a good evening, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow while I'm out there with you watching me fling arrows like a badass Robin Hood of the backwoods, you sumbitch. Have a good evening there, Zach. William Perko says, okay, sorry, back. Had to go get the bow out of the garage. Did you blow the dust off it? It sounded like you ain't shot in quite a while. Don't shoot yourself in the foot. That'd be fucked up. Ed's in the house. What's up? Trisha Barker in the house. Kenny Barker, fucking family tree, man. Zach says, grass crap. What the fuck does that even mean? Jesus Christ. You guys are confusing me. Nick says he's watching. Doug is watching. Nick says, W-E-I-R-D. Fuck yeah, that's the right way of spelling it, you weird son of a bitch. Nick says, dude, where are you from? Your shit's funny, man. I appreciate it. I'm a fun guy. Not to be confused with a fucking mushroom because they taste like shit. Fuck mushrooms. But I'm a fun guy. Right? Not to be a fungus. Anyway, Brian Wall's in the house. Holy shit, tit fucker. Eat my ass. Fucking Taco Bell making me fucking shit my ass. Son of a bitch. Anyways, what's up, Brian Wall? God, it smells like garbage can and carcass in here. Jesus. And it's all coming from my ass talking shit. Perko hitting on Trisha. You better be nice to Trisha. She's good people. And it's not very often people are of the female of the species in this fucking chat. We love that. that they come up in here, they're all good in my book. So treat the ladies with a little bit of respect. Hey. Besides, that Kenny Barker's a bad motherfucker. He likes to kill a lot of shit. I don't want to be on his hit list. He's the shit in my book. Oh, fuck, this stuff's awful. This broadcast is brought to you by Mountain Dew kerosene gasoline sipping black label bullshit. God damn it, it's like 93 fucking octane. Tastes like fucking racing fuel. Goddamn hell. All right. Yeah, I know Trish has an old man. His name's Kenny, I think. All right, if I'm not right, that's me fucked up. There he is. Uh-oh. Kenny Barker come in the goddamn room to protect his woman from the fucking perco of hitting on him while hammered. You're welcome, Trisha. We like you in here. But I gotta watch my manners against you womaners because the Kenny Barker's in here and he's gonna fucking kick some ass and kill some critter. And I'm a furry looking fuck that might be on his hit list if I go and hit on somebody I shouldn't. And I'm basically married so y'all can kiss my sack, alright? Fuck. God, fucking Coonfur is making me itch like a son of a bitch. And they're not even any in here right now. Fuck this. Ugh. God, I'm allergic to the fur shit, and I don't fucking care. It's just annoying. I care even more about my itching is my ass talking shit from the Taco Bell I had. Fuck. It's tearing my guts up, making them all go crisscrossy, wink-walky. Fuck. So my itching and my ass talking and this fucking racing fuel tasting fucking black label crap. It should never be on store shelves. It's fucking dangerous. That all adds up to fuckery. Goddamn Facebook. Anyway. So, archery set up. Archery league tomorrow. Brian Wall over there throwing the yellow smiley balls where the blue balls of the goddamn filthy fucker Jimmy Rucker. That even though he hosted his show on Friday, filthy fucker Jimmy Rucker's filthy furry beaver fucking Friday. Only thing is, there was nobody there. He wasn't even present for his own fucking show. Son of a bitch. I love all you anyway, even though you goddamn fuckers are so unpredictable and fucking unreliable. But I love you guys when you tune in. So stay tuning in. Alrighty. What do we got? Archery season. 3D League. Okay. What does the Mad Nasty do for archery season? I'm going to give you the lowdown on my gear. This right here is an oldie but a goodie, and I swear to God I will always fucking shoot it. All right, let me go through these comments real quick because they're going to get buried in the mix. Oh, hell. Dustin's in the house. TJ's in the house. Trisha Barker says, doesn't sound like a good mix, implying that Taco Bell. Seeing Taco Bell was fucked up today. I went there 3 minutes before they closed, and they say, we don't have beef, we don't have chicken, we don't have beans. I go, what the fuck do you have? And they go, we got steak. I'm like, what the fuck? They go, we can make you hard shell tacos using steak instead of beef. So probably not a bad deal. Give me 3 of those to go. So I had that. Apparently my ass doesn't agree with me and it's talking shit. And Black Label, Marlboros, and everything else that keeps this guy fueled for the daily grind of life. Oh, this spring and summer, I need to get my health back on track, or I'm going to end up dying of a heart attack. Anyway, archery setup, which is the initial topic before I started going on a ramble session more than a fucking hour ago. Goddamn. That's how it goes. The release of choice by me, if you're an old timer that's shooting archery, you guys know what this is. This release right here is called a gator jaw. This is one of the first releases they came out that is an over the nock, under the nock, so that when you draw back your bow, it doesn't cant your string or pinch the arrow, which in turn would give it that. It goes above, the arrow goes, it goes above and below the nock, drawing it back, keeps your string level. Therefore, there's no arrow kick. This is the shit. Now, this basically was the predecessor to what is now a D loop or a string loop that goes around the bowstring. Before that idea and concept was even came up, this was the Rolls Royce. This was the Cadillac of all bow releases because it just makes sense of keeping your arrow level and keeping the string at a level pullback. I love this. A lot of people did away with this when the D loop and the string loop came into play, because this right here, the way that it draws back tight, it wrecks hell on your bowstrings, whereas the D loop and the string loop do less damage to your bowstring than this. I've always shot this. I love this. They've been discontinued for many years. I'm looking for a replacement one. They're not the easiest things in the world to find. Guys that shoot these continue to shoot them and will not give them up. So I keep this one. I've rebuilt it 3 or 4 times, and I'm in search of a second one in case this one gets lost, broke, or fucked up, because I will lose my mind. This is a treasure gem in my archery items that I never ever want to part with. I'm attached to it till the day I die, and I'll probably be buried with it in my fucking pocket. Yes, sir. Brian Wall says, I watched the MP apology vid. Just some more of his jabberjaw BS. I don't know which way to go on it. He did come out with an apology video, and I'm grateful for it. It saves me having to go down there and fucking get angry with him. I'm grateful for the apology video. I hope it's heartfelt and he means it. He did jump on the live stream earlier. I don't know if he's on here still or not. But what he did was wrong. He apologized for it. Whether it was a heartfelt apology, I don't know. But I'm going to take it as an apology, if nothing else. And I'm going to let his original comments slide. I'm going to stay neutral on him. Not like, woohoo! He's the greatest thing since sliced bread, or I'm going to kick his ass. I'll stay on neutral ground with him, and we'll see where we go from here. I'm glad he did what he did with the apology. What he did was fucking wrong. We're good. We're square. We're back on neutral ground, and it's up to him to rebuild what he fucked up. So, I'm good. I axed the deal. And I probably would suggest that I would think that, Brian, you are in the same boat that I am, that neutral ground, it is what it is. He came out with an apology, live on video, posted it up, made it social to everybody that he done fucked up, and he apologizes for it. I got to at least give him credit on that and say that, okay, we're on even playing field now. We're neutral ground. I'm not celebrating and jumping for joy that, you know, I'm not doing that, but I'm also not on the negative side of, you done pissed me off. We're good. Neutral, build, rebuild from there, hopefully upwards versus downwards. That's where I'm going to stand on the Michael Patterson factor at this point. And I think, Brian, I would probably say that you and I are on the same boat on that one, dude. I think you and I are pretty like-minded on the topics we talk about. Then Mendy in the house. What up? I'll wave at you. Chance, I'll wave at you. Welcome to the chat. Okay, so yes. Gator jaw release discontinued. I absolutely love it. It is a treasure of mine. That is an item that I will be buried with in my pocket. So I will use it till the day I die. Brian Wall says, well, he hasn't came to me yet. I would think after the vid, he should have came to me and asked if I watched or made sure I seen it, but he hasn't come forward personally to me yet. He addressed it in the video that I sent to you. That video was sent to me as well, and it was also posted on his own personal page for all public to see. That's all I know to the best of my knowledge. Why he did not send it to you personally via Facebook, I don't know. Maybe possibly because you are not a friend of his on his Facebook page. I don't know. But that video was addressed to both of us, and he did put it out to the public on his own personal page. That's got to at least speak for something. And again, neutral ground. Let's see where he goes from here. I don't like him. I don't hate him. I'm in neutral ground, and we'll see what happens. Austin Johnson in the house. You're a cool motherfucker, dude. And the more you come on here, the more I like you because you're a really entertaining, fucking awesome motherfucker. I had a one-on-one phone conference with him the other day that was just absolutely funny as hell. The guy's a fucking top-notch dude. Bryce in the house. What up, Bryce? Brian says, is what it is. Reckon not going to hate or worry about it. Just let it roll. That's exactly where I stand on it too, Brian. I say we're on neutral playing ground with the boy. I don't like him. I don't hate him. We're on neutral or see where it goes from here. You know, that's the best we can do. He came out, he apologized, he put it on his page for all public to see. So it cleans our name of the bullshittery that we didn't even fucking do. We're clean and clear on that. He came out with an apology, said that he fucked up, and we are not responsible for the shit that he claimed that we did. That right there is all I needed to hear to get me back on neutral playing ground. And we will see whether it goes up or down from there. Michael Patterson, there you go. Brian and I are on the same page as far as that goes. We don't like you. We don't hate you. We're on mid-ground. We'll see where you go from that. So, Gator jaw release, freaking awesome. If you shoot archery league, you realize those targets that you shoot in the high power arrows and the high power bows that you're smacking with them. Austin, hell yeah, it's archery time, bud. The arrows you shoot into the 3D targets, the new high-speed bows, they get serious penetration in the targets. This is an essential tool. It is an arrow grabber right there to grab your arrows out of your 3D targets and pull them out. It makes the job a hell of a lot easier. This is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Always got to have one hooked onto your belt while you're out there on the archery league. Okay, here we go, y'all. Hoorah! Here we go. I don't play around. Now, this bow's not the newest bow on the block. I'd say it's probably pushing 10 years old. But when I bought this bow, it was the top technology of its era. And still today, this bow will match the majority of short limb, parallel limb bows on the market. What's up, Dwayne? How you doing tonight? This bow right here is made by PSE Archery. This bow right here is PSE Archery's short limb bow right here. This is how long these limbs are. They are short as hell. Your cam to cam distance is super short. I'm trying to get it all in the same frame here. Super duper short, parallel limb bow. This thing though it's probably 10 to 12 years old, this bow can compete with anything on the market today because the technology back then. PSE, I love PSE archery. I don't know why, but PSE archery has premium product that I absolutely love. I have shot bear. I have shot golden eagle. I have shot Matthews. I have shot diamond. I've shot, I said bear already. I've played the field. And when I switched up to PSE archery, it was a game changer for me. Now, I'd always liked bear bows. Bear made a hell of a product for quite some time. But then it went, boo! And I would say back in the late 90s, PSE archery was blowing bear out of the water. When fucking Fred Bear passed away and shit, bear archery took a tank. Now, in the last 3 to 4 years, I will say that bear has been coming back up the ranks, and they're starting to keep up with the mid to higher level bow market again. They're coming up with some good ideas and some good stuff. But until PSE tanks, I'll always be PSE. This one right here, PSE has one called the Full Throttle, and it's a fucking rocket launcher, dude. That son of a bitch is unreal. But I hear there's an even faster, harder hitting bow that's out on the market now. And I just don't know what that is yet. But I'm going to get through this hunting season with this bow. And in 2019, 2020, I will buy the top end Pro Series bow of PSE at that point. Let me kick back, get some comments rolling in here. Let's see what we got. Austin says, oh, come on, Dan, drop the PSE and get the new Matthews. Try it. I haven't seen that one. Or the Bowtech Prodigy. No. Oh, is my ass talking again? No. Austin, I love my PSE. The next big purchase that I'm going to make on the archery line, oh my God, I am buying a Raven crossbow. I hate crossbows. I hate people that use crossbows. I think they are taking the whole skill out of archery. I think for the handicap or for people with injuries or issues in which they cannot draw a standard bow, crossbow is a beautiful, beautiful thing. That has always been my stance. If you are able and capable to draw a standard bow, do it. And if you go to a cop-out of a crossbow for the sole fact that it's easy and a cop-out and it's fucking bullshit. I've always had that mentality, and I said nothing would change that. And then the game changer of the Raven came out. I will always hunt with a compound bow. I'm a dedicated bow hunter. Have always been. I've shot bow since I was 4 years old. Start off on a goddamn stick and string with wooden arrows with lead tips. That's how this guy started. That's how I'll always be shooting compound bow. But the Raven, I will own one, and I will selectively take it out a few times a year to go and crank arrows through deer, but always revert back to a regular bow. But the Raven is an incredible, incredible machine. No question about it. It's the bomb. But yeah, I like PSE. I've tried a lot of different stuff out there, and I always revert back to PSE. I test shoot bows. I go to like Bass Pro and Cabela's. I shoot them, consider buying a different brand, and I shoot the equivalent model PSE. Open-minded because I have shot different brands, and I always jump back to PSE. I've always been a fan of PSE. Now, I will tell you this, PSE bows, especially the short limb bows, the ones that have the real short limbs and the real short cam to cam, They are very unforgiving bows. You have to be an extremely good archer to shoot them precisely. Anything you do that causes a little bit of tweak or movement will be all over the map on a PSE short limb, big cam, short cam to cam distance bow. They are very, very, very finicky, and you have to be an extremely good, talented archer to be accurate with them on a repeat shot basis. That's my only bitch about this bow, is when you get deer fever, you've got to completely axe it, or you can be all over the map on your shots. When taking shots at deer, you don't want to do that. That's the only downside I see to doing this. But I'm a regular shooter. I shoot a lot of arrows. I'm talking I shoot hundreds, if not thousands of arrows a week in the off season, keeping it flinging until season starts up. So I'm not new to this game. I shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot. And I know I'm very, very precise with this, and I practice a lot. I'm on archery leagues, and I fling arrows in the backyard. So, yeah, keep up with me. I know that on a finicky bow, you know, and one that is got no forgiveness at all, I can be very precise with it. So, you can go with that. Hoyts. I've heard Hoyts are good. What the fuck happened to my screen? What the fuck? There we go. Sorry about that, guys. I tapped the screen and went bonkers. Yeah, Austin says, go with Hoyt. I've heard Hoyt's good bow. There's a lot of good bow manufacturers out there. And again, it's all personal preference, man. You know, I can't hate on anybody except for the crossbow hunters that use it as a cop-out for a bow season. Brian says, Bowtech Pro 38. You know, Bowtech's another good brand. No question about it. Perko says, Matthews Monster. Yup. Stanley Dingus, what up, bud? I'm going to hit the like on that. There you go. There's a wave to you. Also says, LOL, I've shot every brand of bow you can think of, and the new Bowtechs will knock them out of the park. Personal preference, dude. That's all there is to it. I don't claim that they're bad bows and that they shoot straight, you know. Austin says, I love the Monster, William. It is the Chill or the Chill RX. Austin says, only PSE I would ever own would be the Bow Madness series. The Bow Madness series, I believe, isn't that their mid-level? They got a Pro series. And their Pro series, their high-end Pro series, would have been the Full Throttle. I think the Full Throttle was their bow from last year. But they've got a new high-end bow. The only thing I don't like about the Full Throttle, I mean, it's fast as fuck. But again, as PSE is notorious for, they're very unforgiving on, you know, bow movement. They're all over the map if you move at all. That's always been a complaint with the PSE Full Throttle, is it's a very unforgiving bow. The other one, when they came to the Full Throttle, they decided to go and make their cam to cam distance extremely big. They went from cam to cam a whole lot bigger on the Full Throttle. Don't know why, but as a bow hunter that hunts from tree stands, your cam to cam distance plays a big role in branches and cover that you use to go and break up your outline in the tree stand. The less distance you have from cam to cam, the better off you're going to be when it comes to overhanging branches. That is a big benefit to this bow. This bow is a short bow. I like the short limbs. I like the technology of this, even though it's old technology. This keeps up with stuff of today. The brand new high-end shit. This was high-end probably 10, 12 years ago. Okay. Knocking these goddamn comments out of here. Zach is in the house. What's up, Zach? Steve Peters in the house. How you doing, bud? Stanley's waving back. Austin says, never said I would go with Hoyt. You know, some people drive General Motors, some drive Fords, and some drive Chryslers, dude. It is what it is. You know, all of it depends on the amount of time you put into shooting an arrow and how skilled you are as an archer. Myself personally, you can put almost any bow in my hand and I can shoot it well. A piece of shit to the highest dollar of bows, I can shoot them all equally well, providing I have a week to practice with each different bow. It's because I am skilled at what I do. It is the shooter, not the tool, when it comes to archery. You get the bells, the whistles, that helps out, the better sights and accessories you can put on there. All helps you out across the board, but if you were to go bare bow and sighting down the string, as Ted Nugent does with no sights, down the arrow, with no sights, down the arrow, I can take about anything out there and shoot it just about as accurately, evenly, all the same. So, I'll leave it at that. Austin says, Bowtech used to be horrible, but they fixed their limb problem. That's one thing that I will say is a downfall to this PSE in particular. They have like pins and bearings and gears in here. And the amount that I shoot this bow, the amount of times I shoot this bow, those pins and the bearings tend to wear out after a while. They're like they're like an aluminum or maybe a synthetic or something like that. So over time, as you shoot, when you draw back and you release, your cams tend to get, your cams tend to get a little bit of pivot on the bearings. It's not they're bent. It's not that they're bent. It's that the bearings in here and the pins wear out, get a little bit of warble to them. And that will throw your arrow off. So when my arrows start getting a little bit wonky on the targets, I know that it's time I have to go and have my my cams rebuilt. So that comes with a lot of shooting. Again, I shoot hundreds, if not thousands, of arrows a week. So when you shoot like that, shit's going to wear out. It's not your guy that pulls it out twice a year to go and kill a buck. Okay, the Bowtech used to be horrible, says Austin, but they fixed their limb problem. Austin says the full throttle is several years old. Yes, it is. But that, I haven't looked into buying a bow because I know I can't afford it right now. And the last thing I want to do is start making payments on a bow that I can't really afford. So, again, 2019, 2020 season, I will be in the market for getting a new bow. Next thing coming up is going to be buying the Raven crossbow before I get myself a new compound bow. And again, I love this bow. This bow is my baby. I treasure this. This is the shit. And I will shoot and keep up with anybody on Archery League, even with new equipment, with this bow because I'm familiar with shooting it. And as far as a hunting bow goes, a short limb, short cam distance hunting bow, this thing's fantastic in the tree stand. I've had new strings put on it, new cams rebuilt. I keep rebuilding it because I absolutely love this bow. It's not the newest thing in the world. There's much greater, newer technology bows out there. I don't even question that. But I love this bow dearly. And until I can afford another bow, I will purchase the Raven next and a bow after that. Fucking eat my fart, guys. All right, so that's how it goes. Yeah, the full throttle is several years old. Austin says the Evolve is what they came out with last year. It might be. I haven't looked into it, bud. Brian says the brace height is too short. That's why they are so picky. I've gotten really good at shooting this. I shoot Archery League with people all the way from the bottom that are entry-level shooters. I mean, it's a fun league. Detroit Sportsman's Congress in Michigan. It's a fun league, even though it is a tournament league. You get guys at the bottom that it's the first time they've ever picked up a bow and they want to go and shoot styrofoam animals. You get those entry level guys, and you have your average bow hunter guys that want to, fling arrows in the off season, but want to go and shoot uphill, downhill, through the woods at targets because it betters them as hunters. And then you got the guys in the top end that are sponsored tournament pro shooters. They are all in the same league. And I can be honest with you guys in saying that out of about 70 or 80 teams, I can keep my team, myself, and whoever I shoot with as a team group number. My portion of the team, or my half, I'm able to pull the weight and keep up in the ranks of 10th place or higher out of 70 to 80 groups. That's pretty good, especially when my teammate usually shoots a hair lower on score than I do. I'm a damn good shot, and I can back that up. So, and again, I'm doing it with the short limb, short cam, short cam distance. I shoot so damn much, I'm used to this thing. William Prickle says, just a chill, Austin. And Austin says, still a good bow, William. Austin says, brace height should be 6 to 7 inches. Brian says, should be, but some of the smaller bows are 5-ish. That is what makes them so picky and jumpy. Austin says, brace height should be 6 to 7 inches. Not sure what Dan's is. I'm imagining he's got it set up good. Okay, so the other gear that is on here, I shoot an HHA Sports Optimizer Light adjustable bow sight right there. Okay, that one right there. I shoot the Optimizer bow sight. Now again, it's a couple years old, and it's got the ramp up dial with your yardage on here. Now that is a bow sight that I absolutely love. Even though I don't have it on here, you can get the magnifier lens, the magnification. It's called the magnifier. You can get the magnifier lens, and you can get the clarifier for your peep sight. The magnifier plus the clarifier. I think you can get like a 4 times or maybe even a 6 or an 8 times magnification on your bow sight. It works really, really well when you are shooting tournament or league, because you can go and have the time to go and adjust and ramp it up or down to adjust for your freaking distance and yardage. Okay, so that's a good thing on that. Now, out in the woods, a lot of people will tell you that out in the woods, a multi-pin sight set for 15, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 or so, spaced out with a multi-pin sight is the way to go in the woods. And I would absolutely agree. I would absolutely agree. When I take a shot out in the woods, I'm hunting from a tree stand, I pace out my yardages. Okay? I go and I foot pace my yardages. I mark my trees mentally. I know exactly where my fucking yardages are. My longest shot that I take from a tree stand, by choice, mind you, it's not because I can't shoot long distances. I could shoot 65, 70 yards if I need to and be within a good grouping about that big. At 60, 70 yards, easily. Probably more along the lines of that, okay? But in a bow hunting scenario, the one pin sight that I've got on here, I have learned to deal with it because I know that either 20 or 30 yards is all I'm going to shoot from my tree stand. I know that when that deer comes in, depending upon where it comes from, I can shoot that deer at 30 yards, and I have plenty of time to adjust this, ramping it up to 30, or I can go and ramp it down to 20. I have time in my tree stand because my deer are calm and they don't notice me up in the stand. I have time to adjust it. But it is a hindrance if you're not used to doing so, or you're going and having to guess yardages. That sucks. But it's a really good bow sight. I don't have the magnification and clarifier on here yet because, yeah, they're expensive as hell. But in time, I will. Brian says, should be, but some of the smaller bows are 5-ish. That's what makes them so picky and jumpy. Again, I don't know the brace height on this. I don't know what the fuck it is. Okay. Austin says, my phone is screwing something up lately. Nothing's been coming through on my side, Austin, as being an issue. Raul joined Wave. Hello, Raul. Austin Johnson says, see, I never liked the single pin because when a buck is walking or trotting through the woods, it's aggravating trying to get the pin set to the right spot and to get drawn back before he leaves the range. Yes, that's exactly my point on the one pin setups you have to adjust. Now, when you're shooting tournament, you're shooting league, you have time to adjust it. There's not the pressure of the animal or critter coming in and changing distances, whatever. Now, here in Michigan, I don't know where you're at, and I don't know if it's legal in your area, but here in Michigan, you can hunt over bait. You can have a 1 gallon of bait in a 10 foot by 10 foot distance square, okay? I hunt over bait. Hunting over bait gives me the opportunity that when that deer comes into the bait, I can have the bait set up at 20 yards, okay? So when that deer comes in, I give it time. I don't need to go and shoot immediately. They're not running down a trail or they're not just passing by. They come in, I give them plenty of time to feed. Sometimes I'll even watch them 5, 10, 15 minutes. And as they get a little bit antsy and they get ready to leave, then I will take my shot. I've got more than plenty ample time to go and pinpoint accurate, let the deer fever subside. Let me calm my nerves, watch the deer as they go and they feed on the fucking bait. I have it already set on 20 yards. Take a breather. And then when I think that they're about ready and they're starting to show signs of being a little skittish and they're about ready to leave, then I take my shot. I'm in no rush to kill a deer that I know I can drop. I'll let them have a little bit of time. That is the way you shoot a one pin sight. You do it over bait. You do it where your yardage is not going to change. And you're good to go. At 30 to 40 yards, sometimes 50 yards, I've nailed a couple of deer that way, but I prefer to have my deer come in 20 yards or less. I like up close and personal. I'm just that dirty fucking mad nasty. So that's where that goes from. Back 10 years ago, they had the string tamer. The string tamer is a beautiful item. It's almost common on every new bow that's out there. This is a badass item on this bow. This was an accessory that you bought separately. I love the string tamer because these goddamn PSE short limb, short cam to cam, they're noisy as fuck. And as quick as they are and as close as I shoot, I've had many a deer go and fucking jump the string smack. So this has really, really helped out in that. I shoot the ripcord rest right here. The ripcord rest. There's another brand, I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head right now, that has become more popular than the ripcord. But 10 years ago, the ripcord was the Cadillac of bow rests. When I switched to ripcord on this particular touchy, real finicky bow, this increased my accuracy greatly. This is the bomb. I love this arrow rest. I can't remember the other name of the other one that's out there, but there's a higher end one than ripcord, a different brand. And I may switch up, but ripcord's awesome for me. Let's see what else I rock on my setup here. Custom made bowstrings. Not bought off the shelf. I have all my bowstrings made for me. There's an archery shop over in Macomb, Michigan that does all my custom strings and tunes my bow every year and replaces the pins, bearings, and overhauls this bow every single year for me before the hunting season starts. So I'm running with it perfectly tuned with flawless pieces. So let's see what else says. Austin says, I love the Trophy Ridge 7-pin sight. Trophy Ridge has been, dude, I don't know. Trophy Ridge has been so up and down. Some years they come out with really great stuff, and other years they backpedal and come out with garbage. I've had Trophy Ridge in the past. The other company that sometimes impresses me and then takes another dive, they come out with an impressive thing, is I want to say True Glow. I might be wrong in that, but I want to say it's called True Glow. They come out with some awesome bow sights every now and then. They were the innovators of the fucking light up fiber optic pins with the fucking light, the blue light that the deer supposedly can't see. That was a cool invention, but the light up pins at dusk or at dawn is really distracting, and it's almost blinding too much when you have a peep sight. So that's a problem I ran into on that shit. But yeah, Trophy Ridge is up and down, man. Sometimes they got good stuff, sometimes they don't, and their product flip-flops all over the place. Austin says, I've never hunted over bait. I like to carry a climbing stand on my back, way back in the woods, to a good crossing on a mountain or trail. I hunt out of the same damn tree every year, and I've picked out 3 or 4 other good locations, but the tree I've been hunting out of for the last 12 fucking years has only let me down 1 season out of 12. It's been a hell of a spot. I pick and choose, and it's on state land. Heavily hunted state land, no less. And it ain't but maybe 75, 80 yards off the fucking corner of the intersection of the fucking road. It is just a travel corridor for deer that's just a fucking mega. That tree I hunt it every year and has always filled my freezer but 1 year in 12. So 12 or 13 years, same tree. 1 season, I did not get a deer out of there. And I should have, because I passed on some smaller deer early in the season, hoping for a bigger one. And the winter went to shit, and I didn't see a deer at the end of the season. So I'm partially to blame for the reason I didn't go and max out 12 deer 12 years out of that same tree. I got some other locations I like hunting over bait. I like hunting over scent. I like hunting over scrapes. I hunt over rubs. I hunt over sign, and I add bait and do combinations. I like fucking with the deer. It's a lot of fun. I got, a deer hunting is, hunting in general is a big passion of mine. Trapping came second to my hunting every year except this year. My hunting, I'm a hunting fool, and I'm addicted to it. And I'm damn good at it too. Anyway, let's see what else is commented on here. Lee Fritz is watching. How you doing, Lee? Brian says, Trophy Ridge. It could very well be, dude. There's a drop away rest. It's a very high end rest. Oh, maybe it's called QA Arrow Rest. QA Technologies. I don't know. But yeah, when I get a new bow, it'll have new state-of-the-art, top-of-the-line equipment on it. I like leaving all my gizmos and gadgets on a bow that I retire. And I've probably got 8 to 10 bows that I've retired that I don't shoot anymore. And I like leaving the technology pieces, the accessories of that era of bow on the bow. I think it's cool. It shows the test of time on the way up and how stuff increases and gets better. Technology improves. I like pulling out my bows from the mid and early 90s with steel or with the metal pins with the little rubber tips on the fucking pin sights. I love that shit. And back in the late 80s when I was first starting off shooting a bow, I used to take a matchstick and tape it. I would tape a matchstick right here. It would be a fucking match, and I'd use that as a fucking pin. A wooden fucking strike anywhere match. And I'd have 2 or 3 of them taped up on that fucking bow as a kid. And I'd fucking have a line drawn, because I didn't have a peep sight. I would have a line drawn on the string, and I knew I could pull back right next to the corner of my eye, and out of the corner of my visual, I could see that line that I had fucking marked in white on the string. There was my peep. The matchsticks were my fucking sight. That's the way I started. Stick, string, longbow, youth model, wood arrows, and fucking metal tips. That in real fucking feathers. That's the way I did it. I still have that bow. It's downstairs. I took the string off of it, and I got my first arrow ever shot. It's pretty fucking cool. Austin says, hell yeah, love them ripcords, but mine's not quite that old, LOL. QAD is another brand that has some good arrow rest. QAD is the one I was trying to think of. Thank you, Austin. QAD is what I'm going to switch to from the ripcord. Yeah, QAD has their level lines of, drop away rests. I want their high end. Their high end's the shit, dude. And again, I haven't looked into them in a couple of years, but QAD makes some really freaking bomb-ass rests. They came out with a rest that is competitive with the ripcord. Ripcord just came out with the design of the drop-away rest first. I got this the year that it came out, when this was the Rolls-Royce or Cadillac of fucking bow rests. That's when I bought that. I got the stabilizer. A lot of people call it the cock tame. The cock tame. Tame the cock stabilizer. But, I can open hand my bow. When I open hand my bow, this, for whatever reason, is the proper weight, proper length, offset for this bow to make it hold completely. To make it hold completely with an open hand, and it doesn't rock. It is a perfectly proper weighted stabilizer for my bow that is just, you can't get any more precise than that. So I rock the cock tame on the front. I got the wrist strap right there. That's also custom made by the same archery store that makes my strings. I shoot Rage Extremes. These ones I know are falling apart. They're going to be replaced. Rage Extremes. I shoot those. They got the crazy chisel tip that I love so much. I shoot everything with Rage. I love Rage. I'll never switch off of Rage. Rage has treated me well. I shoot Bloodline arrows. Bloodline arrows are my arrow of choice. Are there better arrows out there? Yes. This is a mid-level arrow. I've been very happy with it. It is made by Easton. It comes with blazer vanes. I will shoot these ones and continue to shoot these ones. I like these arrows in particular because I know they're a middle-of-the-road arrow. And as a middle-of-the-road arrow, a good hunting arrow, not a bad way to go. But what I do like a lot about these Bloodline arrows is what they suggest right there on their wrap. You see the blood, the red on the wrap? It's there for looks, it's there for style. But when you shoot this out of a tree stand in a hunting scenario, and you crank it through a deer with the white wrap on your bow, not only does it help you see the arrow in flight, and yes, I do go and, let me show you a better example here. Not only does the white wrap allow you to visually see for a split second your arrow in flight, and that white wrap hitting the deer, if you pay attention and you watch, you'll see that burst of white hit the deer, and you will get an early signal of whereabouts you hit the deer just by the arrow connecting with the dark colored fur against the white arrow shaft. That's why I like that wrap. And I don't shoot Luminox, but I go and shoot with Nocturnals. Nocturnal light up Nox. Love them, love them, love them. I love my Nocturnal light up Nox. For all you guys that shoot archery and tournament league, the goddamn sons of bitches that like to put the magnifiers and clarifiers on their bow sights, if you shoot against them and it's not against the rules, Let those guys shoot first, the magnifiers and clarifiers, and then you can be the son of a bitch asshole. Or if you can shoot before the magnifier and clarifier guys shoot yourself a fucking nocturnal. You shoot a nocturnal or a luminoc. When it hits the target, it's fucking lit. And if you got a good fucking shot, they're going to be like, hey, now I know where to shoot the motherfucker. They're going to draw their bow back. When they draw it back and they look through their magnifier, the magnifier is blinding like this light up here. That's what the luminoc or the nocturnal looks like through their magnifier and clarifier. It fucks them up hard. What they're gaining from having that now becomes detrimental, because that very middle of that light right there, that very middle of that light is where they need to shoot. But this is so blinding. It's like looking at the sunlight through a magnifying glass. That's how you get the upper hand advantage over the guys that take the advantage of having the upper hand with the magnifiers and clarifiers. Fuck them. If they want to have that kind of technology, I want to put them back on an even playing field and blind the shit out of them. And this year, Nocturnal, I don't have it, it's in my vehicle. Nocturnal came out with a red and blue strobing. It strobes red, blue, like a goddamn cop car light. It's got a strobing red and blue or red and green strobing arrow knock. I'm going to crank those downrange into the targets. I'm going to crank those strobing arrow knocks in the targets. And when these fucking dumb motherfuckers come up there and they got the clarifiers and magnifiers on there, it's going to look like they're shooting at a fucking cop car's roof. Kiss my ass. It's going to be fun. Anyways, let's go back to the questions here. I like this. This is archery talk. This is good stuff. This is going to be a good video for replay. Austin says, oh, get off the fucking rages. Fuck you, Austin. What the fuck do you shoot? Do you shoot a fixed blade or a mechanical? And if you shoot a mechanical and you shoot an over-the-top mechanical from a tree stand, you, sir, ain't doing it right. So, all right. Okay, give me one moment here. Brandon Burnham just texted me here, and he's on his way home from Michigan to Ohio. So I'm going to go over here. And I'm going to go right here. Okay, there we go. There we go, Brandon. I just sent you a fucking invite and you had the right thing in mind, dude. What up? It's archery talk today, brother. I'm hoping you made it safely back to Ohio. Nice job, Brandon. Mission accomplished. Again, it was an absolute pleasure having you over here, dude. And if you watch the replay on this here video, you'll see that I went over our fucking weekend right here live. So you're back in Ohio. Sorry. Hope you come back to Michigan very soon. You're always welcome in my house. You're a hell of a guy. So that is my review so far. PSE Firestorm X. Okay. 10-year-old plus bow. Holds up with the technology today. I can shoot with the best of them, even with the new shit. It's not the technology. It's not the bow. It's the shooter and the time you put in on the range. And the amount of arrows you fling makes you a skilled archer. It's about the archer, not the tool. The tool helps. The tool makes it easier for the archer. New technology is fun and badass. But when it comes to killing animals, it's the killer, not the tool. So, That's kind of how it is. I think I went over everything. Peep sight. I shoot a peep sight. I went over the arrow rest, the arrow, or the release, gator jaw release, the arrow puller, the fucking peep sight. I went over the bow sight. I went over the stabilizer, the wrist strap, string tamer, cams, the rebuild times, the the bloodline arrows, the nocturnal knocks, the rage, broadheads. I will always shoot rage. Swacker, really? You need to lose that garbage, dude. Swacker all the way. I'm going on 7 deer with 1 swacker. I've had rage obliterate when it hits a rib. The first deer it's been in, I used to use rage till I shot swacker, and the swackers are a more accurate out of my bows. Whatever. Fucking whatever. I don't care. I'm always going to shoot rage. I can tell you this, though. A company called Knapp made the broadheads that they still make today called, it's a fixed-headed, fixed-blade broadhead made by Knapp nowadays. It's called the Thunderhead. You thunderhead and muzzy shooting dumb fixed blade motherfuckers. Garbage. I lost one hell of a very large monster racked 8-point to a thunderhead fixed blade broadhead. That day I spun him off, I threw him in the fucking swamp. I had fucking countless good hits with the thunderhead broadheads in which the blood trail started off good and drip, nothing. I lost 3 buck within the same season. Good hits. Good start of blood trails. And that monster 8 came through. And it ran and ran and ran. And I lost my monster 8. 3 bucks. 3 good shots. Thunderhead broadheads. Lost all 3 in the same season. I spun them off. I threw them in the swamp. I bought myself fucking rage. I fucking had another buck come in at the last day of the season. I whacked my 4th buck for the year. I recovered that one. It dropped within 20 yards. And every single deer that I shoot with rage drops. And if they don't drop immediately, the blood trails you follow is like dumping a 5-gallon bucket of blood. Splatter mess hell. It's fucking disgusting. And the rage blades keep coming out with new ones with wider spreads. Yeah, they're the shit. But as far as rebuildable and reusing your rage blades, no, I can agree with you on that. Once you crank them through a deer, the blades, they sometimes bend. They get little chisel edges on the fucking blades. Resharpening them sucks. Rebuilding them sucks. I use these rage blades as a one-time use broadhead. I crank it through one deer. The broadhead is retired to the bundle wad of fucking disgusting bloody arrows that I have. It stays on the arrow. I crank through the deer, and I only use it one time, one animal, one kill per broadhead. I buy replacement broadheads and don't rebuild them. So that's one thing that I did realize about them. Rebuilding them, they never work the same once you crank them through deer once. Brandon Burnham says, I love the hypodermic. Hypodermic's cool. It's cool. But yet still, the hypodermics, when they first came out, did you realize they were extremely expensive? Dude, they were like 20 bucks more than the average rage or something. They were fucking nuts. They're pushing like 60, 70 bucks. They finally got their head out of their ass and brought the price down to something reasonable. But the hypodermics are cool. I like the hypodermics too. But they have a standard blade cutting width of, I want to say 1.5 5 inches, I think, and it's still not a bad number. And I've killed deer with hypodermics, and I've killed deer with the original first edition, first series of Rage Blades. They had like a 1.5 inch cut. The Rage Extreme chisel tips are what I shoot now. And those I shoot now because they have a 2 inch cutting size. I love them. If they would make one with a 4 inch cutting size, I would shoot that. My bow's quick enough. If I can punch it halfway through a fucking deer with a 4 inch cutting size, it's going to pull a blood mess like no other, and that's what I'm going to do. That is what I shoot. I love Rage 2 inch extreme chisel tip. That's the shit. Yeah, you might, you shoot a 2 inch cut with the Swacker. It is what it is. I want to try the fucking, the biohazard looking sons of bitches. I want to try those. The ones that have like a 3 or a 3.5 inch cutting. The toxic broadheads. They leave a biohazard symbol and meatworms. They have like a 3 or 3.5 inch total blade cutting. And they're like, fucking look like a fucking shamrock looking fucking biohazard symbol. I want to give one of those a fucking shot. That would be kind of cool. The other thing I want to do is it might be Swacker that makes them, maybe, but they have a turkey blade, a guillotine turkey blade that is a fucking 5 inch wide or a 6 inch wide 2 blade. I want to take that, put it on a crossbow, and huck a 6 inch fucking blade. 6 inch 2 blade broadhead through a yearling deer just to watch it like a fucking axe getting thrown through it. It would be insane. I wouldn't do it on a full-size deer. I'd do it on a yearling or a small doe. Just see what it would do. But if you took a turkey 2 blade 6 inch cut or 5 inch cut and you fucking hucked it through a deer, that is something I'm going to try. Swacker all the way, already got through that. Brandon likes the hypodermics, I already got through that. Austin says, LOL, whatever works for you, man. Stick with it. A lot of people get along with Rage. I've lost deer from them. They leave hella blood trail, dude. Just my experience. I'll never switch off of Rage. I might try a couple other things just to play around with, like the toxic broadheads. I like some of these ideas. I think G5 had one that looked like a fucking stealth bomber or something. It had like fucking weird cutter blade, like a double cutter down, double cutter up with like a 2 blade on there, fixed head. Fucking disgusting looking shit. I think it's called I think it's the G5 or something. I don't fucking know. But it's badass wicked shit too. But there's so much garbage broadheads out there, like the Grim Reaper. Like, come on. There's so much junk. You gotta weed through the bullshit to get something that's worth a damn. Austin says, I'm shooting a 2 inch cut with a Swacker. Yeah, everybody's trying to go bigger and bigger on the cuts, but it's all about penetration. Austin says the penetration was unreal. It may be. It may be. I mean, a lot of people try them on the gel test, and the gel test tells all. I know that fucking Rage kicks through on the gel test pretty good too. But I haven't seen them go against the Swacker personally. I haven't really paid attention or looked. Austin says, I've heard a lot of shit about the toxics, but I've heard a lot of positiveness about them. Again, it's a fucking gimmick. Meatworms, okay. The fact is, it's got a 3 inch total cutting of blade. But in all reality, it's a 1.2 if you go on the expanse. I don't know. It sounds cool. I'm willing to give it a shot. I'll shoot a fucking yearling doe. I mean, I get enough doe tags every year, and I shoot enough deer that when I go and I shoot doe, I don't mind shooting yearling does just to fill the freezer. The meat's better anyway. And I shoot enough deer where, fuck it, I'm filling freezers. I'm not opposed to trying out some of the oddball blades. And I have tried out some of the oddball blades on the small yearling deer just to see how they fucking work. But when it comes to reputable blades that I trust, I have never, ever, ever been let down by rage. G5 Havoc, says Austin. Yep, that's probably the one that has all the crazy cutter blades and shit. Fucking badass nasty. Austin Johnson says, don't get me started on the Grim Reapers. Yeah, there's a lot of fucking garbage, dude. Grim Reapers, mosquitoes, fucking anything they can slap a fancy package on. They're coming out with some garbage crap. And I do not like over-the-top expandables. From ground level, going straight through, an over-the-top expandable is fine because you're hitting it at a level. You're hitting it level. If you're shooting from a tree stand, an over-the-top expandable, that always one blade will hit first and flip, and it deflects your arrow. I don't care what anybody says. You aim for the exit hole. When you're shooting a deer, you aim for the exit hole. So if I'm aiming for the exit hole from a tree stand, typically that means I'm shooting the entry hole slightly higher. And if that arrow hits and kicks down because I've got a over-the-top expandable, the top blade hits first, it's going to kick that arrow. If it kicks that arrow down and I'm already aiming at the exit hole, your entry hole is going to be slightly higher up, and it deflects my arrow up, I'm gut shotting or barely nicking a fucking lung. That's not good in my book. I want a behind expandable such as a Rage where it's already penetrating through and the blades come out backwards at the same time. It's not over the top flip one blade first. And when it hits, it slides this way, not that way. From the ground level, they hit at the same time on any blade, but from the tree stand, it's common sense that when it's on an angle, your one blade hits first, and not always, but it does have the opportunity that you don't want to have of it hitting and deflecting because the one blade hit first. That's why I do not shoot over the top expandables. It's not because they don't work. Any blade will fucking kill. But from a tree stand scenario, I don't want a fuck up where I know it's preventable. Austin says, don't get me started on the Grim Reapers, blah, blah, blah. Austin says, that's what's good about the Swacker is it don't perform like that. Blades don't open up till the little wings are just completely inside the hide. Possibly. Again, teach their own. Which gives me a good passer every time. Fixed head blades too, man. I like expandables. Expandables are nice because especially on the fucking Rages, they fly like a field tip, open up and have some major cut. But you can see my racks on the wall. Brandon can attest to the fucking racks I got on my fucking wall because he just stayed down there in the fucking taxidermy luxury suite downstairs when he was over here. I kill my fair share of deer. I kill them with a Rage. My thunderheads, I would lose 50 to 75% of my deer that I shot even on good hits from long blood trails that would dry up because Rages didn't leave thunderheads didn't leave a big enough mess. I lost my monster 8-point with a thunderhead. It made me absolutely sick. The biggest deer I'd ever seen, even with all the ones I got downstairs. No comparison to the one I fucking cracked. I fucking lost it on the blood trail. I said enough of this shit and I hooked him in the swamp. I'll never shoot nap, and I'll never fucking goddamn shoot another thunderhead or a fucking muzzy another day in my life. There's better shit out there. If you're shooting that, you're shooting subpar junk. Sorry, yar. So, Austin says, with something that opens up from the back or a fixed blade, you're using a lot of or almost all of your kinetic energy by the time you're in the rib cage. Studies and tests with gelatin blocks prove otherwise. You have enough to blow clean through on an average size animal in North America, dude. People are using rage blades and similar on big game animals and dangerous animals, especially over in Africa. The shit works. Not saying that rage is the only thing that works, but rage is proven to work. They do gel testing on them, and they keep up with the best blades on the market. I like it. So, that's how it is. That's my archery setup. Again, Archery League starts tomorrow. If I'm able to, and if I can find a way to fucking run video while I'm shooting archery on the course, I will go and run that live stream. If at all possible, and they permit me to do so, it will be in the hours between 5:30 and 7 o'clock. There you go, guys. That's my breakdown of archery with the Mad Nasty. You guys have a great evening. It's been an absolute pleasure. The comment section's been rolling. I hope I've answered all the questions for you guys. I appreciate all you guys' suggestions and input. It's all the information of our community that makes us better, greater, more ethical, and more skilled in the outdoors. Dan with Mad Nasty Trapping. Hit me up on all my social media networks. You can hit me up on the YouTube channel, Mad Nasty Trapping. I just uploaded another brand new video over there about 2 hours ago. Check it out. If you have not done so, I can't beg you enough. Hit the subscribe and the notification bell on the YouTube channel, Mad Nasty Trapping, so you keep up to date on all the videos I put out. Plus, it allows me to analyze the footage so I can go and make the best possible videos that not just me, but you guys want to see. But if you don't hit subscribe, you don't hit the notification bell, I don't know what you guys want, because my analytics program does not tell me, the average Joe watcher. It tells me off the subscribers what you guys as subscribers and notification bell pushers are watching. That's how you get the shit that you want to view, not just what I want to put out to you. I cater to my fans. Hit the subscribe and the notification bell so I can go and better make videos for you, my dedicated fan and subscriber. Facebook page and Facebook Messenger, Dan Edwards. Get me on the Messenger. I hit back every comment that anybody sends me. It's awesome. Thanks for the fan mail on the Messenger. You guys are the shit. I love it. It keeps my spirits high and wants me to make more material for you. It keeps me going. You can hit me up on the Instagram, Mad Nasty Trapping. You can get me on the Snapchat, Mad Nasty Trapping. You can get me on Twitter, Mad Nasty Trapping. There you have it. There you go. I will be back on tomorrow with another live. Expect it between 5:30 and 7 o'clock. Dan with Mad Nasty Trapping signing out. And you will see me sooner than you think. Stay tuned.